Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. Today is Tuesday, October the 5th. I am Joe Sarvati, affectionately known as Coach, and I am joined here by my MLB battery partner here, Mr. Josh Crash Davis. How are you today, Josh?
Good morning, Coach. I'm doing well. Ready for the wild card to kick off. You know, we got today's game, and then tomorrow we got the Dodgers and Cardinals. So it's going to be a very exciting next couple of days, and then it's going to go to a whole nother level, for me at least, when the Brewers play on Friday. So,
yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's amazing to me that they play 162 games. They fight their lives out for a long, like 6-7 month season, and then it's single elimination.
yeah,
you know, you're out with one loss. So either Boston or Yankees are out today. So exciting stuff,
crazy,
man.
Yeah,
no doubt. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about that showdown slate, the Yankees at the Red Sox, and to start off the 2021 MLB playoff series. It's going to be the first game of the playoffs, and we're going to be back every Tuesday and Friday to talk about those games that fill in on that day. And then if you want more MLB playoff action lineups, join us at dfscoachtalk.com. Right now is the best time to join. I mean, it's pretty darn simple, man. We've got the team of Crash, Joe, and led by Andrew Hansen hammering away at the NFL, winning each week. Then we've got some NBA going. We had our first preseason slate last night, which was a nice win for us right out of the gate. Mr. Jordan Poole knocking down 30 big ones at low ownership for us. And then, of course, this MLB playoff run that we're talking about today. You can't get more exciting baseball in this time of year. And then golf is going. They're full tilt into their new season. We have a podcast and lineups for that. So this is truly the time when you get the big juice of all four of our sports. And remember, you get all of them for one price. You don't have to buy each in particular sport by itself. You get everything once you become a member of Coach Talk. We have all kinds of great promos out there for basketball, NFL, etc. So check us out, dfscoachtalk.com. We'd love to have you join us. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, on the way in here as we go over this game today for MLB, hit that thumbs up. That's super important to us. Also, if you can, quickly hit that subscribe button. We'd also love to have you make a little comment in there. Love the show, or add this, or a question on something. When you do those three things in unison, it really helps us move up the algorithm on YouTube, really to help us get the word out to more folks. So we really appreciate that. We keep all of these podcasts in front of the paywall for all of our sports. So we'd love to have you join us. And then hit the little alert button, that little bell at the top of the screen here on YouTube, because that'll let you know when all of the podcasts come out, and we have them for all four sports. So definitely love to have you there. All right, let's talk about this game. There's one thing I wanted to ask you to start off, Josh, and I was surprised at the line, to be honest with you and myself. It's weird because it's Eovaldi versus Garrett Cole. We all know what Cole brings to the table. Yes, it's in Boston, so that does make some difference. Good weather, beautiful fall night in the Northeast. Cool temperatures, low 60s or upper 50s, no rain chances, no wind. So it's going to be a true, honest game. But I was very shocked when I looked at one of our sponsors, BetUS.com.pa, for the odds of this game. The Yankees are only minus 125. So it's a very slight favoritism to the Yankees. I was honestly expecting maybe minus 155, 160, just because of how dominant Cole can be. Did that line surprise you at all?
It is a little surprising, but you also have to look at kind of how they've matched up this year and also their records. I mean, they have the exact same record. They're both 92-70 exactly, which is pretty crazy. Like you said, they play 162 games and then they end up with the exact same record. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the head-to-heads, Boston only beat them 10-9. So that's I figure I can understand if one beat the other a bunch, but man, I don't know. That's a pretty big nut to crack for Eovaldi to match pitch for pitch with Garrett Cole. But
True.
hey, when I see lines like that don't make sense to me, I usually jump on them. But sometimes Vegas knows their stuff, so it's hard to say. But let's talk about a couple of things real quick here. As far as Showdown baseball goes, and I know everybody plays it throughout the year, but there's like 90 million baseball games, so very seldom do we have to really handicap a Showdown slate, unless it's a Sunday night game or something, but it's generally a large field. But a couple of things for some of our new players to MLB, or if there are people in there, getting ready for basketball or heavy into the football side of things and want to attack some Showdown baseball. Remember, the different rules are only on DraftKings do you have to pay more for your captain. So you're going to have to pay 1.5 times for your captain and then fill in with 5 guys after that. The difference on FanDuel, you get only 5 guys, not 6. And you don't have to pay more for the 2 guys that you want in your captain and co-captain seat, but you do get 2x the first guy, so that's a must, and 1.5x your second guy. And again, you don't have to pay more for them, so really salary isn't going to affect that there. And then the same thing on Yahoo, very similar to FanDuel, 5 guys. They have a megastar 2x, a superstar 1.5x. So there are a lot of strategies you can use. A lot of times DraftKings strategy has to be quite a bit different than FanDuel and Yahoo. And we do supply for all 3. We give a core GPP and a core cash/hybrid for DraftKings. And then we give full lineups for FanDuel and Yahoo. So strategy-wise, definitely comes down to on DraftKings, and I'm interested to get. We're not going to give our captains out on this podcast because we're still working on it. We're both going to supply 2 hitters that we like. But the other caveat to all of this that makes it really different is as far as being able to use pitchers in your lineup. That's the other thing. On DraftKings, Cole and Eovaldi are in the pool. On FanDuel and Yahoo, you cannot play the pitcher. So just wanted to set that scene because it really changes strategies dramatically. And I know that we've had a lot of good fortune on DraftKings, and specifically Andrew Hansen has hit some of the big ones with playing a more valued guy in the captain spot on DraftKings, so you save money and you can load up with your utility guys. What is your strategy on DraftKings? I mean, FanDuel and Yahoo are pretty cut and dry. Do you generally try to put more of a value guy in that captain spot, or what's your strategy, Crash?
Yeah, for me, it all depends on who the pitcher is that game, because if there's going to be a game where I want to have, if there's 2 stud pitchers, then I'm going to try and have both of them. And then I'll probably have some cheap guy as the captain. That's usually how I do it. Now, if it's a slate where I don't like the pitchers at all, then I'll probably try and do more like what I would do on FanDuel, where I would have one of my top bats in the captain position.
Okay.
And then if it's one pitcher that I really like and then the other one I don't like and I want to attack them, then I'll probably do like a mid-tier hitter in the captain spot, and then put my other hitters with my pitcher, and then maybe 1 or maybe 2 guys from the other team. So
that makes sense.
Kind of stack it against that when it's that scenario. So
I know. I mean, you got to move with it, and we'll have a lot of these showdown slates, as we go through the MLB playoffs, but we'll have a lot of slates also with 2-3 games and things like that. So it'll be a good shift back and forth to what we're able to provide. So that'll be a lot of fun. Let me go over the 2 pitchers again. You have Garrett Cole, who's 16-8 with a 3.23 ERA, a 1.06 WHIP, and he struck out hefty 243 batters.
Mm-hmm.
We know he can give up a few long balls, and Boston is certainly a place you have to be wary of that. Eovaldi's 11-9 with a 3.75 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, and he struck out a really solid 195, which is pretty high for him. One thing about Eovaldi, well, actually two, I guess, he does give up 20 points higher in batting average to right-handers, but as far as power, the left-handers have hit 12 homers off of him, right-handers only 4. Yeah. So that makes me think left-handers from the Yankees lineup, the Rizzos and the Joey Gallos and such. Yeah. A little scary today, looking at those guys. So what do you think of those two pitchers as far as just overall as before we build this?
Yeah, I think that Garrett Cole, I mean, obviously everybody knows Garrett Cole. He's kind of a stud pitcher. But I think that today, I think it's going to be kind of a low scoring game. I think that I don't know how much either pitcher is going to rack up strikeouts. These teams know each other really well, and they've seen each other a lot. So I think that it could be, kind of maybe a mid-level performance for both pitchers. I don't know that they're necessarily going to have a huge game, but I don't see either one of them getting shelled either. So,
okay,
kind of how I'm feeling right now about the pitchers, but maybe I'll feel differently as we go out throughout the day. We'll see. But
yeah, and I get it. It's just, to me, the thing that worries me is it's such a strikeout advantage. I mean, even if Cole gives up maybe a solo shot and a 2-run shot, but if he strikes out 10 or 11 and lasts longer than Eovaldi, it just, to me, that's an edge on his side of the ledger. But, it's I would assume on, DraftKings, Cole's going to be the mega chalk. I would think he'll be the mega chalk captain, mega chalk everything.
Yeah.
But, where you don't have the pitchers on FanDuel and Yahoo, it definitely opens it up a little bit more. So, that's going to be the key is do you want to go chalk or not? So let's talk about those two hitters that we've been we want to bring forward here, and we may use these guys in a captain spot or as a utility guy. We're not, we haven't made those decisions yet, but we wanted to highlight two hitters each that are certainly going to be in our lineup in one of the spots for sure. So who's your first hitter, Crash?
So for my first hitter, I'm actually going to go with a right-handed hitter. It's going to be Giancarlo Stanton.
Yeah.
8,500 on FanDuel. He's 8,800 on DraftKings. His last 3 games at Fenway, he's 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs, 2 for 3 with a home run, 4 RBIs, 3 for 5 with a home run, 4 RBIs. So obviously he's feeling good in Fenway. He's 300 against Eovaldi with 9 hits and 38 bats and 2 home runs. And then the last time he faced him, he hit a home run off of him. So I think that's where I kind of want to start my lineup is with Stanton and kind of build from there. Not necessarily in the captain spot, but it's pretty high salary. So, I'm kind of wanting to build around that.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's my first hitter as well. So we're double dipping right off the schneid here. I mean, I usually like Judge over Stanton, but I just, you can't really look away from those stats that's Giancarlo has in Boston. I mean, he just all he has to do is connect opposite field just a little bit, and it dumps right into that short porch and right field. So, he doesn't even really need to have great contact to do that. Now, if he pulls the ball, then, it's generally over the green monster or at least a double. So, I mean, his stats against Eovaldi are really good. He's hit 2 homers off of him. And, he's just, seems to be the best play, and his price is a little high, but it's certainly worth it, I think, for the potential of that homer. And let's face it, if a guy homers and you don't have him in these showdowns, you're in trouble. So I think he's most likely to homer of any of the Yankees. And, I think he's definitely a great play today. So we're on the same page there.
Yeah.
How about hitter number 2? And if it's the same guy as me.
Before I give the hitter number 2, I want to say too that I think that Stanton will probably go lower owned than Judge. He just usually does. So,
right.
And Judge costs more, at least on FanDuel. I didn't check his price on DraftKings, but I know on FanDuel he's $9,500, which is $1,000 more than Stanton. So that's a good value there.
I agree.
Compare it to Judge. So.
I think Judge will be the highest owned hitter.
Yeah.
Overall as well. I agree.
Mm-hmm. So my second hitter is going to be a value play. It's going to be Jarren Duran. He's 4,000 on FanDuel. He's 4,000 on DraftKings. He is 2 for 4 against Garrett Cole, but that's not really what I'm looking at. He should be really low owned. I was looking at some of the Boston media, and they were saying that they do think he'll make the roster. And he's really fast. He can get stolen bases. So he's not going to be home run dependent. So I kind of want to mix my lineup with guys that are going to be heavy hitters and guys that can get those peripheral stats and stolen bases and stuff like that. So that was my reasoning for him.
Well, I would have guessed like 15 players before I got that one. That is ballsy pick right there, my man. Hope it comes through for you.
So
what's that?
The GPP play.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, that would be talk about a low-owned sleeper. That would do it. So do you anticipate he'll be in the lineup and bat like in the 2-hole or something, or is he going to be down in the order?
He'll probably be a little bit lower in the order,
okay.
But I don't mind that because, I have to have some value somewhere, especially if I'm going to try and get Cole in my lineup.
Right.
If I've got Cole and Stanton, I mean, it's going to be tough to get much else, of bigger names. So,
yeah, no, I love it. All right, for me, it's going to be, I think, just a no-brainer play because of Eovaldi giving up the power to lefties. I'm going with Anthony Rizzo, man. Mm-hmm. He's such a clutch performer. He's batting a smooth .556 against Mr. Eovaldi this year, 5 for 9. And I just, left-handed, super short porch and right. He's definitely one of my favorites today. I mean, Joey Gallo is also a fantastic pick, but he's only 143 against Eovaldi, 1 for 7, and he's got that loopy swing where he could certainly take a 0 for you. But again, if he just connects at about 70%, it's going to loop over that short little fence there down the line. So it was a interesting call between Gallo and Rizzo. I think Rizzo's the stronger play. Mm-hmm. I play almost all cash and hybrid plays, which hybrid we talk about as single entry GPPs. And I just think we lost Josh. You there, Josh?
I'm here.
It seemed like I lost you for a minute.
No, we're good. Keep going.
Okay. Did you? What do you think of my Rizzo play?
Oh yeah, I like Anthony Rizzo today too. So he's one of the guys I'm looking at too. I'm not quite certain how many Yankees I'm going to have and how many Red Sox I'm going to have, but he would definitely be one of my top plays for the Yankees.
How about another weird fact I was stunned at? Higashioka is starting at catcher over Gary Sanchez. Thought that was pretty amazing. Yeah.
That is surprising. Yeah.
In a one game, you would think in a one game shootout that they'd go with him, but
yeah, you want the experienced guy, you would think.
Yeah, he hasn't played that well, and he's not throwing guys out either. So that's the other thing, I think that playing some Boston guys for steals would have been better against Sanchez than it is against Higashioka. I think he can throw guys out a little bit better statistically too. So, if you're trying to get that cheap steal from Boston, you might not get it as well. I'll tell you who, and I got to make a mention of this because he's one of my favorite guys, and he was the key guy that homered opposite field in Boston last year in the 9th inning on my 15K day in MLB, and that's Mr. Verdugo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy, and he's been hot lately. He had an off season most of the time, and he was dropped in the order, but he's had some big hits recently, a couple big homers. Nice, sneaky little guy there to pop in there that could get a home run off of Mr. Cole.
Yeah, I like it.
Definitely. All right, man. Anything else you wanted to mention on this game? We've got the odds out there. Just to give you let me give you one quick thing before you jump in. As far as pricing, did you notice who the most expensive guy on DraftKings? I was very stunned that he's higher than Garrett Cole. Mlb Dfs.
I was going to say Devers.
He's 15.9 for the captain spot, where Cole's 15.6. So shocker there. You got to pay the piper for Devers.
Right.
On FanDuel, it's Aaron Judge, then Devers, then Stanton and Bogarts and Rizzo, because there's no pitcher. And on Yahoo, it's going to really be interesting because they decided they're just going to bunch everybody together. They have Stanton and Judge and Schwarber as the 3 highest, followed by Devers. And would you believe Dahlbeck is the 5th highest priced guy on Yahoo?
No.
So, yeah, you can get some incredible deals. Rizzo's only $13. It's just amazing the deals on Yahoo. So check out all 3. Definitely will be providing. If you want to take a look at our full lineups on FanDuel and Yahoo, and then our core plays for cash, hybrid, and GPP on DraftKings, join us at dfscoachtalk.com. You can sign up for any of our packages and you get all 4 of our sports. So that is where we are, my friend. Any final words on the baseball front?
Yeah, just looking forward to the game tonight. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch and going to be cheering on our plays, obviously. And like you said earlier, we'll have our captain and all that, of course, for our Discord members. So definitely, if you want to find out who that's going to be, you can join. We've got very cheap, small packages like 3-day and 5-day and stuff like that. So feel free to hop in our Discord and we'll hopefully make a bunch of money tonight.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you. And if you're watching this on YouTube, quick thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, a quick comment, and certainly hit that alarm bell on the top so you know when our podcast posts. If you're listening to us audio-wise, we also have a giveaway once a month that we do for a 5-day all-access pass. All you have to do, 5 stars, quick comment, and then we'll randomly go through there. We'll look at all of them: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Stitcher, iHeart. We're everywhere podcasts can be heard, and we'll have a random drawing and pull another 5-day winner. So please take a minute to do that as well. So there we go, my friend. It is Major League Baseball playoff time. It's October. Yep. Nice crisp weather tonight in the Northeast for that game in Boston. It's going to be a blast. I'll tell you, this is, I mean, I'm a big basketball guy, so spring, with NBA playoffs getting close and then NCAA tournament, all that is huge. Yeah. But as far as a true DFS player, I mean, October's got to be the prime month because you get all of it. Yeah. And we provide for all of it. So fun stuff, good things coming here and fun times. So appreciate everybody listening in. We hope you crush this slate tonight, and look forward to seeing you definitely at DFS Coach Talk. So have a great day. Enjoy the baseball and all the other sports. Check us out, too, for some NBA preseason lineups. You never know. We pop those in there as well. So have a great one, and we look to catch you again next time when we crush it in DFS.